I am Telemine Luminelda.
Grandpapa?
He looks at you and says, Fabian.
That's catchy.
Fabian?
Fabian,
No,
it is.
it's
Fabian.
we kind of
Say
say
Castere.
we say Fabian.
He approaches you, and as he moves, you see that the hem of his robe, as it moves perfectly, only touches the very tips of the grass, and his movements are so supernaturally graceful. He comes close to you and goes,
Ew, no, illegal.
touches your cheek.
Illegal.
You see, he says, can it be my grandson?
I mean, you're. I've heard the story of you. You're my mother Hilariel's father. Yes.
My daughter, Hilariel Lomanelda of Kailomenura. Chanting elven voices emerge from the air around him. He just has his hand on his gun.
I can't believe I'm half this.
You see, your mom goes, you are not half this. These are high elves. These are not
Okay,
wood elves.
okay.
He reaches out without looking, and a single blossom alights on his hand, and he is weeping without moving his face.
I'm so sorry.
He brings the blossom up and says, you, my beautiful grandson, like this blossom. Your human blood has brought mortality to our family. You will one day die.
Oh, you got that on me.
Blossom kind of goes into your mouth.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was just telling you what we were doing here, and your response was that I'm gonna die.
Again,
It's
illegal.
okay. He's doing okay. It's okay. You can move your face when you do that. You can just
His
move it a little
tears
bit.
are thousands of years old.
Grandpapa, are you
Where's-
okay?
This is such a weird cry.
Can I roll just an insight check?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
Insight? I should know this by now. At 14.
What are you looking for here?
What is this?
What do you see when you gaze upon my face?
Well, I first thought is just the idea of time, and then sort of just the idea of going real slow, and then kind of the idea of just sort of taking a nap.
You see, he looks and says, a nap. I don't suppose people of your kind can nap. Your time is so short.
You can
No,
nap.
we
Anyone
nap
can
a lot.
nap.
We nap a lot.
To think, you will live for only 20 years, and yet you
No,
still...
no. It
Okay,
doesn't
but
seem-
you can live forever
that?
and you don't eat fast food.
What?
You can live forever and you don't eat junk food.
What is fast food?
So just like,
Like a hamburger.
Like a cheeseburger
French
combo.
you're like,
She is mortal and has died and has been taken across.
No, she's
No,
also
I
a
guess
high
she's
elf.
immortal. Or what do you call yourself? Most kind close to immortal?
Walk with me through the forest.
I lived longer than 20 years. I have to say.
You see, he opens his arms wide and says, welcome, for what joy it may bring you. To Kylo, menu hala!
Where are the grumpy, grouchy teenagers?
Tenajares. Tenajares.
Oh, he's saying
the
it.
elven
He didn't
tongue.
say the
You're
word
not
right.
even reading it.
What?
Teenagers. You're not.
Tanjares.
Teenagers.
Can
Tangerine. I'm looking for tangerine.
I know not of this word you have.
Teen.
Time.
Agers.
Jaja.
You added a G. He said ager.
I'm saying what you're all saying.
No, you're not.
The important thing is this. The Luminelda.
Hard pivot. Okay, sir.
Yes.
I feel like we could say anything and we would just keep going on whatever.
You're recording.
My name's Fig.
Figaro.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
My name's Korgug.
George.
Honestly, I might start calling him George.
George.
Georgia is kind of cool.
He says, you have come from strange lands beyond. You have come with your friends. To think my grandson has brought orc and goblin and human to this realm. And I see you have brought this iron. I
It's a
don't.
van.
It's my van.
The van. By the way, do you have a gas station here?
We don't need gas. We have a crystal in it that does.
Because we don't need one if you have it.
We won't need a gas
Pop
station.
quiz.
You guys simply must stop talking to him.
He's only going to.
I wanted to say van.
Yeah, I just keep hoping he says words back to us.
This iron fortress. This fortress
It's a
wagon.
van.
It belongs.
Bam!
It belongs to him. This guy.
It's mine.
You have tamed this iron beast. You see, he approaches the van and says, you may pass in these lands, for your judge has brought you here.
Or judge.
You see, he looks at you and says, how much longer do you have yet to live?
I think a pretty long time. It doesn't. I'm not close to dying. I'm
He
pretty
already
young.
died
Been
once.
to the doctor
so-
Yeah,
recently?
true. So have I.
Do you
I've died
know
once and then I came back to life.
I have died before.
Jesus, Helio, and everyone involved are all bros.
Bros?
Yeah.
There's
they're
got
all
to be
bros.
some crossover in the words that we say.
In the opinion of myself, the Abernants were callous and cruel, power-hungry. To think that they would have left the immortal shores of Falinel. Where else could you see this, for example? And you see that there's a woman who's standing in a vined archway and the wind blows a diaphanous white gown and she just dances in the archway. And you see he says, she's been doing that for 300 years.
Is that her career? Is that her? That's her.
Karar,
Is that her job? Her job?
Job,
Oh God.
What do you know about the Abernant mother?
Erianwen.
She's the one that you said committed the great.
I know not what her crimes were, but I know that she fled these shores some minutes ago.
Minutes?
Probably longer.
Oh, for
Probably
you.
not.
Oh, he doesn't know
He's
time.
doing some elf stuff.
How long have we been here?
You just got here this very moment.
That's kind of true. We really have not been
Yeah.
here for that
Yeah.
long. I'm
A
with you
solid
on that.
10.
You see that there are two elven youths that are just clad in sort of white linen shorts that otherwise are unclothed and are near this like pool. And you see one of them looks at another and says, Haldoran, have you seen my lute? And another one says, I don't know, man. Where did you leave it? And he says, I heard from Thrathrain that you maybe took it, and that's a dick move. There is a brief moment where they are gripped by a madness, where they become angry and horny and stupid. And they are banished by their families here to Kylo Menura, where we kind of just sit tight on them for the
Wait, so
briefest
this is
of moments.
all horny teens, and you're just here playing lute music at them so that they won't do anything bad?
Long ago in the lore of Falinel, we found that there was truly just the briefest window of time where elves were not good to be around. And we banished them here to Kylo Menura.
So this is like a different school? This is like high school?
Haichol.
Come on. You know the word high, right?
Tell him, Georgia.
It's two words.
Yes, but
The Haichol.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the high Joel, that you know that.
You got it.
This
I
is
think I gotta walk.
We
I gotta
hang
take a
out
walk.
with
May I speak freely amongst your company?
the... Yeah.
totally.
Okay.
Anguin Abernant is a crass and small man. There is no nobility within his frame. His soul wants for only power. I believe there is no part of him that could behold the beauty of a single drop of water.
You've been carrying that drop of water?
This whole time.
Do you want a tissue or something? Oh, actually, I was talking about for the drop of water, but yeah, there's a lot more water being made.
How does it just do that?
Can we just maybe rest for the night and then, or if
Come.
some people,
You shall be fed and brought to beds where elven sheets crafted by elven sheetsmiths in ages long past. Would you believe 80,000 thread count?
Whoa.
No, that's
That sounds like sleeping on cream.
More or way
Yeah.
less?
Would you like to sleep on cream?
Do you guys have like a boyfriend pillow or anything like that? Like a body pillow. It's called a body pillow or a boyfriend pillow.
Joy, Rent. Croyfriend.
which word are you trying to say?
It's 2 words.
Georgia Jug.
Boy and friend.
Boyfriend pillow,
Georgia.
body pillow.
Georgia.
sometimes they
I'm
name
getting pissed.
Georgia.
I'm getting
This is
pissed.
my grandfather, all right?
grandfather?
He's a nice
Hey,
guy.
can I take a
Doesn't
second?
like the-
Yeah, what's up?
Your grandfather's pissing me off.
Georgia, you're being rude, all right?
all right.
Just because my grandfather says
So-
words
I'm stressed out. I'm
differently,
sorry. I'm
I
stressed
don't,
out.
there's a lot
Fabian,
going on.
he's a lot. He's really a
He's
lot.
going real slow when we feel
Oh,
like we're
everyone's
going
so
fast.
excited to do my dad's snuff. All right, but then my grandpapa says a couple of weird words, and we're all like, "Fuck this guy."
The illness grips your body.
Yes.
Disease should not come to these shores. I shall banish it henceforth. How is that to you? How do you feel about that?
I think I'm still pretty sick. I think still.
Weird, okay. Let me.
I roll up a van window angrily.
How did it?
Not really. I thought, is it just the song? Is it just the song, or is there going to be a?
Just the song.
Is it going to be?
She like speaks in Elven, has to tell mine. We have never seen an illness of this strength before in Kylo Menur.
I've gotten this sick. Well, I've never gotten this sick before, but I've seen people get this sick before. This.
You see, your aunt says, I must use my greatest song of all.
You don't have to. I've so,
Get in the van.
hold on, they're doing elven healing.
How's it working?
I have failed, and I shall fade. Your aunt looks up into the sky, turns into starlight,
No,
and vanishes.
Come back.
Telemine looks and says, I think I've seen her do that before, so we should be
She'll come back.
sure. I could speak and send word on the wings of a
No.
white dove. There is an elf that lives in the high mountains at the heart of Falanel, who crafts eyes from songs and whispers and beams of moonlight, jeweled edges of the blue of the sea, shimmering poems pulled from the ether itself. If you like,
Like a real, like an eye, like a real.
as real as song and whispers.
Sure, I'll take an eye. Just don't. You promise me you won't turn into stardust and disappear.
As you wish. You see, he turns into silver sand and floats away on the wind. Telemain Luminelda of Kylo Menura. I, Galia Faith, am involved romantically with your daughter, Haleriel. We are not, it's unclear to, she is definitely my partner and I sleep in her garage. You see, Telemine squints his eyes and goes, Gargaje. And you see, he says, garage.
This is going
He
really
can pronounce the G sound, so I don't understand what's going on over here.
You see, he says, if you, a wood elf, are to marry my daughter, let us walk in the midnight orchards and recite our favorite poems to one another. And you see Galir goes, shit. And walks off with Telemine. And you see Telemine says, where lands the evening swan of dusk, the midlight blossoms bloom and grow, and peaks of mountains far away descend on crystal glint of snow. And wheresoever songs are sung and elven magic fills the air, Kalai Thrandil Thra Thra. A prayer, I whisper now, a prayer. And you see that Galir goes, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck? And he walks off into the orchard with Telemine. You see that a number of like young elven youths like come over, lithe and dancing, reveling in their bodies, and have long diaphanous silk scarves, like 40, 50-foot scarves.
Oh, I
And
take
they
one of
start-
those.
they see you run up. They start to like dance around you and wrap you, and the wind blows. You're sort of like buffeted by scarves.
Oh,
You dance so beautifully.
thank you.
You dance fearlessly and bravely, unafraid of the death that awaits you.
All right, everyone needs to stop
You
talking
see
about-
this like deep brown hair, like bright blue eyes, elven, like young elven woman touches your cheek and says, "Would you dance with me on this beautiful morning?"
For a quick moment, that I really have to go save my friend from prison.
For a quick moment is
I'm
all
getting-
you have. What's your deal?
My friend is kidnapped. And my other friends are just dancing and eating grapes.
Have you had a grape?
No,
You have a harsh energy.
I'm a harsh guy.
What's that metal tube on your hip with a little handle on it?
It's just a metal tube. I think it's beautiful. Then I do a dance. I think it's beautiful and everything's fine here.
Riz.
Everything's fine and good, isn't it? I look at the
Fabian,
Yes.
your friend's a little dick.
He's just very.
Wait, no, so you know
Very-
that word.
You can
He's reminiscent of a little dick. You know?
Yes, I'm a
Honestly,
little dick.
I like my
Coming back
grandpapa.
to Georgiug,
Yeah, you
you
see
get the end part of it right, which is the same as the middle and the front part.
Borgded,
Sure.
Brojij.
Brodich.
Brojikas.
Georgiug just starts running north.
Enchanted men, oak warriors of the forest will be summoned to their aid. It is a fool's errand for you to attack. What are you smiling about?
Not smiling about anything. I think this is all normal.
Right, it's a fool's errand. The teens have been banished. No teen Jaija may exit from
What'd you
Skylam.
say?
What's that?
Teen Diger. He said Teen Diger.
If it's a spell, the pylons will have been protected. If it's not a spell, the arcanosmiths who crafted the pylons will not have stooped or sullied themselves to defend the pylons from. What is that? Does a little axe come out of that?
No, it's. I'd shoot the gun.
He looks at it and says, "What just happened?"
There was like a little explosion inside there, and it rocketed this little ball. It's a gun.
Grandpapa, are you okay?
That's gross.
Oh.
Oh, that's gross. That's like some dwarven. No.
To the concept of a gun.
He throws out. I have soiled myself for the first time since the second age of the moon. You see that Telemine turns his vomit into a flock of white crows
no.
that fly away.
No
You see,
one
he says-
interact with those crows.
You see, he says, Fabian, may the wind ever carry your head away from this place. Away.
What?
Sand. You see,
All right.
you.
Wow. My mom's side of the family is weird as hell.
I never thought we would take a full episode of the show to just dunk on elves. A full episode.